The power of prayer, how faith unlocks miracles and healing, prayer that works. Hey there, friends. Have you ever wondered if prayer can really make miracles happen in our lives? It's a big question, and today we're going to dive into the amazing power of prayer and how it can unlock incredible things in our lives. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, come on, does prayer actually work? It's okay to have doubts. A lot of people wonder if praying really makes a difference. Maybe you've prayed before and felt like nothing happened. Or maybe you've heard others say that prayer is just wishful thinking. These are totally normal thoughts to have. But here's the thing, there's actually a lot of evidence that shows prayer can be pretty powerful. Let's look at some real-life examples and stories that might surprise you. First, let's talk about Hannah from the Bible. She was really sad because she couldn't have children. She prayed so hard at the temple that the priest thought she was drunk, but Hannah kept praying. And guess what? She ended up having a baby boy named Samuel, who became a great prophet. That's a pretty amazing answer to prayer, right? Or how about when Peter was in prison, and the church prayed for him, an angel came and brought him out. These stories show us that prayer isn't just talking to the air, it's connecting with a God who listens and acts. Or how about Daniel? He was thrown into a den of hungry lions because he wouldn't stop praying to God. But when he prayed in that scary situation, God shut the lions' mouths and kept Daniel safe. Talk about a miracle. These stories are cool, but you might be wondering about modern-day examples. Well, there are plenty of those too. I once heard about a woman named Sarah who was told she had cancer and only a few months to live. She and her family prayed nonstop, and when she went back for more tests, the doctors couldn't find any cancer at all. They were shocked. Another amazing story is about a guy named Mike who lost his job and was about to lose his house. He prayed for help, and out of the blue, an old friend called him with a job offer that was even better than his old one. Mike was able to keep his home and provide for his family. These stories are pretty incredible, right? But prayer isn't just about big, dramatic miracles. Sometimes it's the small things that can really touch our hearts. I remember talking to my friend Lisa, who was feeling really stressed about a big test. She prayed for peace and clarity, and she told me that suddenly all her worries just melted away. She felt calm and focused, and ended up doing great on the test. It might not seem like a huge miracle, but for Lisa, it made a big difference in her life. So, what can we learn from all these stories? Well, it seems like prayer has the power to bring peace, hope, and even unexpected solutions to our problems. Whether it's healing from an illness, finding a job, or just feeling less anxious, prayer can be a real game changer. But here's an important thing to remember. Prayer isn't like a vending machine where you put in a request and automatically get what you want. Sometimes the answer to our prayers looks different than what we expected. Maybe instead of taking away a problem, prayer gives us the strength to deal with it. Or maybe it helps us see things from a new perspective. The cool thing about prayer is that it connects us to something bigger than ourselves. It reminds us that we're not alone in our struggles. And even when things are tough, prayer can give us hope that things will get better. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, that's great for other people, but I don't know how to pray. Don't worry. Prayer doesn't have to be complicated. You don't need fancy words or a special place. You can pray anywhere, anytime, about anything that's on your heart. Here's a simple way to start. Just talk to God like you're talking to a friend. Share your worries, your hopes, and your thanks for the good things in your life. You can do this out loud or in your head. Some people like to write their prayers in a journal. There's no wrong way to pray. The important thing is that it comes from your heart. And hey, if you're not sure what to say, that's okay too. Sometimes just sitting quietly and focusing on positive thoughts can be a form of prayer. Or you could try reading some prayers that other people have written to get ideas. The great thing about prayer is that you can do it anytime, anywhere. Stuck in traffic, say a quick prayer. Feeling nervous before a big meeting, take a moment to pray for confidence. Watching a beautiful sunset, say a prayer of thanks. The more you make prayer a regular part of your day, the more natural it will feel. Now, I want to share one last story that really shows the power of prayer. There was a little girl named Emma who had a hard time making friends at school. She felt lonely and left out. Her mom suggested they pray together about it. Every night, they prayed for Emma to find a good friend. A few weeks later, a new girl moved to town and joined Emma's class. They hit it off right away and became best friends. Emma and her mom were amazed at how their prayers were answered in such a perfect way. So, what have we learned today? Prayer isn't just some old-fashioned tradition. It's a powerful tool that can bring real change to our lives. It can bring peace when we're stressed, hope when we're down, and sometimes even miracles when we least expect them. Whether it's big things like healing from an illness or small things like finding peace before a test, prayer has the potential to make a real difference. It connects us to something bigger than ourselves and reminds us that we're not alone in our struggles. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever experienced the power of prayer in your life? Maybe you prayed for something and saw an amazing result. Or maybe prayer helped you get through a tough time. Share your stories in the comments below. Your experience could really encourage someone else who's watching. And if you're new to prayer or want to learn more, don't worry. I've got another video coming up soon that will give you some practical tips on how to make prayer a regular part of your life. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss it. Lastly, if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and share it with a friend who might need some encouragement today. Remember, you never know how a simple prayer might change someone's life. Thanks for watching, friends. Until next time, keep believing in the power of prayer.